Caesar from CaesarUSA.com. This is a video about filing for Social Security benefits. This is just personal information. This is not legal advice. So if you actually need legal advice, the best thing is to contact a lawyer or somebody who works in the field. For example, the free legal advice places could be the starting point. So this is not legal advice. This is just personal knowledge for people who want to kind of have an idea of how would be to do how could the person file a claim for Social Security benefits. For more information, please visit their website, the Social Security Administration website. If you type socialsecurity.gov, it will take you to SSA.gov. The homepage has multiple links, including one that is about a retirement calculator. If you click on it, then you will be able to kind of figure out an estimate for your benefits. Regarding filing a claim, normally where the way you go works is person set up an appointment. Because of the coronavirus right now on September 2021, almost October, as of tomorrow, it's over the phone. So basically the person sets up a phone appointment and then he will do the interview, but over the phone. During the interview, he's going to be asked, or she will be asked for personal information, such as the full name, date of birth, and other information, private information that normally people may not have, and the full address. So once the person passes the security verification, then the person will be able to get information about his account, if he has enough credits to qualify for benefits. The minimum right now is 40 credits, so he needs to have enough credits to be able to receive Social Security retirement benefits and other benefits. Right now, the minimum retirement age is 62 years of age. The full-time retirement age is normally 66 months as of now. Could be more depending on other factors, but normally it's about 66 years and months, 66 and a half, like 66 and 6 months. During the interview, the person is going to be asked things like marital status, because the wife or the partner may qualify for benefits also. So in addition to the money that the earner made, the wife or spouse could qualify for some benefits, or the children. So let's say the person retires at 62. He could earn, for example, could be a lot more or more. He could receive, for example, $450, so he could receive $1,500. It varies depending on how much money he made and contributed towards the Social Security retirement. So say for example he decides to retire at 62 and he gets $450. If he instead waits until full retirement age, a few years later, then he could get 600 and change. So it's up to him what would be best for him to do. Big part of the decision has to do with the person being able to work or wanting to work. Some people cannot longer work. They got disabled, got injured, got sick. So he has to retire, or he or she needs to retire early. And then he will earn, say, $450 per month. But there is a limitation on work or income after, if filing early. For example, if the person retires at 62, then there is a limitation currently at 18,000 and change. It's going to change every year. It does change every year for a little more, so maybe next year it's going to be almost 19,000. That's the maximum income before there is a penalty before he gets penalized for the extra income. For example, the person makes 25,000 outside of Social Security, then for every for every $2 that the person makes, there is a $1 deduction from the benefits. And sometimes the person makes so much money that actually he could in the year that he could actually owe money from the benefit. So he actually he could have an overpayment. So we gotta watch for that, not to exceed the limitation. So if the person thinks that he's gonna make a lot of money, 30, 50, whatever thousands, then he's gonna actually owe money because he's gonna be overpaid. There is a penalty when receiving. So if he knows that he's gonna make a lot of money, then he should wait. My opinion, personal opinion, that he should wait until he actually decides not to work, or maybe decides to work part-time or just a few hours or days a week, so that he will not exceed the limit. So if he thinks that he's going to make so much money this year or next year, whenever he files for retirement, then he needs to probably wait until he stops working or reaches the full retirement age, because at full retirement age he's not going to have to pay penalties after 66 and whatever, or full retirement age in each particular case. Then there is no limitation on how much income he could earn, because there's not going to be a penalty. I do have my website where I actually provide information. Let me just go back to one of the home pages, which I have multiple home pages. I have a link. It's just basically telling you the same thing that I provide, personal opinion, personal assistance on my own experiences, not legal advice, in regards to Social Security, supplementary income, Medicare, Medi-Cal, and immigration and workers' comp. Although it's only personal information, it could be useful, but for actually real advice, you need to contact a lawyer. For example, in workers' comp, I used to work as a workers' compensation investigator, so I know the investigation part of workers' comp. I work also with Social Security in another way. But anyway, so I'm familiar with some things about Social Security, Medi-Cal, immigration, but everything is as a personal opinion, personal advice, not legal advice. So please get clear of that. So I do have multiple services in my website. I can provide assistance with software. I am a particularly expert in software. I do have other services like real estate, travel guidance. So I could provide a lot of assistance in many subjects, such as for employment. I could review resumes. I could give life advice, all kind of advice. For example, in real estate, I actually work with real estate brokers and agents that do sales in South America and in Hawaii and California also. So for if somebody is interested in buying real estate in Colombia, which is is one of the places that we work with, then we could help you with that. Also real estate in Hawaii or California, especially for Hawaii will be Oahu mainly. California will be Southern California. Travel, the same thing, travel advice in regards to tips on how to be safe in other countries, tips on travel advice, best way to do things. Real estate, I have multiple websites where you can actually provide your information and send me a message. I don't provide phone, telephone. I could call back, but in general, first contact will be over the email or in one of those input boxes. Other than that, I want to mention in regards to Social Security, there is a part called SSI, Social Security Supplemental Income, which is about extra income that the person could receive if the person qualifies. Normally, this is for people who have very little income to the level pretty much of needing welfare. So if the person qualifies for welfare, most likely he will be able to qualify for Social Security income. But they basically look at the income for for the person and see if he qualifies. Normally, the person has, for example, less than $2,000 in the bank account. If he doesn't have more than one vehicle, if the person has barely any money, for example, does not have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and investments, they have to be under certain amount of dollars, normally for I call $2,000. So if the person has multiple vehicles that are worth more than $2,000 in their name, sometimes the person may lend the name to other people to buy real estate and vehicles, things like that. But that affects the SSI, any welfare and other public assistance benefits. So if the person has too much resources or money, then the person will not qualify for additional assistance from the Social Security. For example, if the person wants to apply for welfare or SSI or things like that, the person may not qualify if he has too many income or resources, possessions, stocks, bonds, or the person has some money saved in the account. That also counts. They cannot be exceed certain limits. One of them is $2,000. Also, Social Security pays for part of Medicare, not everything. The Social Security as part of the benefits the person could receive Medicare, which is medical insurance. Medicare comes in four different parts. Part A is hospitalization, which means that the Medicare will pay for the hospital stay. Actually, it's not quite belonging to Social Security, but it pays for it. So kind of handles or helps with that. Not everything. It only helps with A and B. Part B will be the medical consultation, things like that. Doctor paying the doctor visits. That is not free. That is it has a monthly premium, which is 140 something. You can check with them what is the dollar amount right now. It varies from year to year. So say the person wants to get Medicare Part A, then he will get it for free. But if he wants to get Part B, he will have to pay out of pocket or have a deduction on the retirement benefit income. So if the person receives $450, then he will have to pay out of that money $148 or 140 something or 50 something for the Medicare, which is that leaves very little money left for anything else, for expenses. But the person could apply in some states for Medi-Cal. I'm not sure if it is everywhere. I know California has Medi-Cal, could pay for the Medicare. Medi-Cal could pay for Medicare if the person qualifies for the Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal could then pay for the premium on Part B, and the person could actually purchase Part D out of pocket also. I don't think Medi-Cal pays for Part D, but you gotta call and ask them for that. But Part D is a drug, prescription drugs and things like that. There's a premium for that, and that's managed through other companies that handle that. So private insurance companies. So the person could buy Part D of Medicare. So I think that's pretty much it. I hope that will be useful to you. Make sure that when you have the interview, you have everything available, because you're gonna have to answer a lot of questions. More so when it's applying for SSI and things like that, because the person needs to qualify for that, in the sense of not having enough income, so he's going to have to answer a lot of questions about resources, possessions, things like that, jewelry, all kind of stuff. If the person earn any, receive any gifts, donations, help from other relatives, if the person receives all kind of any kind of personal or financial assistance from other agencies, all that information needs to be provided. Also, the person needs to provide a bank, a place where the money is going to be delivered. Normally, it will be a bank account. That's what the preferred method. So the person will need to provide a routing number and the account number. So if the person doesn't have it, it's better to ask the bank. Or look at the checkbook and see what's the routing number, which is the left side of the bottom number, and on the right side will be the checking account number, and after that will be the check number. So you don't need the check number, you need the checking account number, not the check number, which is like maybe 2-3 digits, normally like 3 digits. So you can look up the check number on top and look it up down there and see if it is the same. So then you exclude that from the account number. And the routing number will be on the left side of the account number. They're separated normally by a space. So you will need to provide if the person does not have a checking account number or savings account number, then the person could ask for a debit card that the Social Security will provide. It will be mailed to you. Currently, it's called Direct Express debit card, where the person will just go to an ATM and withdraw the money. But the thing with the debit card from Direct Express is that there will be ATM fees that will be deducted from the dollar amount. But if you have direct deposit, you use the bank's debit card, then you could save some money unless the bank charges you for ATM withdrawals with ATM, which normally they don't if it is the same bank. Yeah, so I guess that's all. I hope that is helpful, that this information will help you. And if you have any more questions, just please contact me, send me a message either through my contact page. It has multiple tabs, or it's the same thing, it just goes to me, but this is not as good. You can just send me an email, is the best way. Email cusaint@gmail.com. I just put a space in there purposely so I don't get a lot of spam. I do have other email addresses, but the main one is cusaint@gmail.com. Or you can just contact me through one of the other contact pages, which are better, has more, they work better, and then I could reply back by phone or by email. All right, that's all. Thank you very much, and I invite you to visit my other videos for different subjects that I have. Take care. Goodbye.